Simpadamic is starting to warm up here a little bit. Welcome to the Simpademic. Coming at you here with to following you around for the past, 72 hours or so, and predicting your life as it turns out as a simp. And you have decided that, after your little run-in with HR today, after you persisted on just continuously IMing that woman at work, and now you have an HR record this evening, and you are thinking to yourself, why are all these women being so mean to me? Why are they all being so nasty? Why are they coming after me? Why are they doing all these things? I'm a nice guy. Why does this happen to me all the time? Well, first thing that Simpadamus knows is that men who think that they're nice guys aren't always nice guys. And given the events of the past 72 hours, you're a creep. You're quite a creepy guy, You're that guy who will come up to women and the horror movie music starts playing in the background. And it's like The Shining all over again. So Simpadama suggests that you really look hard in the mirror. In the famous words of Michael Jackson, you need to start with the man in the mirror. But you don't think you're doing anything wrong. You're like a sovereign citizen. People who are deluded into believing that they're not doing anything wrong, even though they're doing everything wrong. And you're in the same bucket. Simpadamus knows that you're not going to stop trying. And you're not going to stop putting these women on pedestals or persistently following them or creeping them out. And these women just think you're weird. And they feel threatened by your behavior. I think ending the Simpademic is very critical towards healing the relationship between men and women and the gender wars. The manosphere channels make it seem like it's all women's fault. Well, women have a lot to do with it, but Simpadamus knows that there's plenty of blame to go around. And you're going to go out, so now you're looking at the situation, you're like, okay, I have an HR record now, because I constantly bombarded a woman at work with instant messages. Most professional environments do have some sort of chat software these days. In the case of the Simpadamus, his office place has Microsoft Teams. And so you're just like, I've always been, Simpadamus believes that men have always been told that it's a numbers game. And so that if you just keep firing shots and just keep firing away indiscriminately, that eventually you're going to hit and you're eventually going to find somebody. It does not work that way. As we've said here before on this channel, you need to know, be kind of exacting towards what you want. A simp doesn't do that. You, as Mr. Simp, are chasing and putting women on pedestals every chance you get because you think that eventually this is going to get a woman to like you. And Simpadamus is here to tell you that it does not work that way. It's not a numbers game. All of the groveling and pedestaling and unwarranted attention, or maybe even unwanted attention, does not result in you getting the girl. And so Simpadamus has got your next move predicted. And it involves your gym. You, the simp, are so desperate now that you're looking at women everywhere you walk in life. And maybe even in some places at home where you don't walk, if you know what I mean. And so your next move is the gym. Now, Simpadamus goes to a boot camp gym. It's a class gym. It is a gym where we are spending virtually every minute of the time working. So, any simping that is done in that particular environment is done in the immediate few minutes after class or in the immediate few minutes before class. But during it, it's impossible. We work our asses off so hard that we are just constantly moving. There's no room to talk to somebody. Simpadamus did see somebody who was kind of cute today, but he didn't like make a big conversation out of it or do anything. I just, she kind of looked lost going between the stations. I said, "You look kind of lost." She goes, "Oh yeah, I'm at station 4." And I'm like, "Well, that's right behind me." Just walked over there, and that was the end of it. No groveling, no pedestaling, no anything. Just pointed her the direction of the station she needed to go. And of course, I was at station 5, so I made it pretty easy because we were kind of, in neighboring stations on the gym floor today. So, I mean, for me to know where 4 wasn't that much of a stretch. Pretty easy. I just, sat here, number 4, right there. She went, we started working out, and that was it. We each separately started working out, and that was it. I didn't even ask for her name. I don't even know what her name is, and that's okay. Because in my particular type of gym environment, we don't have time to be making a whole bunch of small talk. We have a trainer who is pushing us as hard as possible and also trying to guide us so we don't get ourselves hurt. That is 100% of our focus. But Simpadamus also knows that if you as a simp go to a more traditional gym, the chances of you groveling and begging for attention and just running your mouth nonstop towards a girl that you find good looking there is much, much higher. And so that's what you're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, you're going to your gym and you're going to follow a woman that you find very attractive around like a lost puppy dog. And you're going to follow her around until she finally tells you to stop. You stop for about 5 minutes, and then you're back. Because at this point, the desperation is real, and you're just trying to do everything that you can to impress this woman, when instead what you're doing is you're pushing them away. Simpadamus has a phrase. If you're chasing, it's because they're running. Some of the most confident guys that the Simpadamus knows in his life are guys who do not have to grovel or chase around like a lost puppy dog. Mario, if you're watching this tonight, you're one of those guys. He's had a previous marriage and is currently in a committed relationship. All of this has happened in the last, several years. And the stories between the two are fairly similar. He just, went up to, he met these women and just decided one day that you're with me. It was kind of like, an Old Testament Bible story. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that type of confidence at all, especially if the woman sees your confidence and decides to go along, which in both cases happened for him. This is I think it's a very strong characteristic to have. And I like to think I have it too. I just haven't met her yet. I have a very exacting qualification. Simpadamus wants somebody who has been through a level of difficulty in overcoming adversities in life on his level. Which, if you look out there at the population, I'm probably in the top 1% of the United States population in that regard. I just don't know a whole lot of other cult survivors, traumatic near fatal brain injury survivors, children who have come out of abusive households, and guys who in their church lives have been falsely accused illegitimately, and also been confronted with a group situation where one of the members was clearly in a domestic abuse situation with him, of course, as the guilty party. And so, I mean, I've gone from my current church to a new one and then back again. I just don't know how many other people can write a story like this. Simpadamus will be writing a book about this at some point, in the near future. But if you're that kind of a guy, if you're like Mario and you know exactly what you want, you see it, you're confident, you're strong, and you go out there and go after it. You see, that's different from being a simp who's just groveling and emotionally trying to lavish attention on a woman and worshiping her as a means of winning her favor. The confident play to bring a woman in works. The groveling and non-stop pedestaling and worshiping of a woman does not. So Simpadamus knows that you're going to go into that gym tomorrow and you're going to find that woman, you're going to follow her around like a puppy dog. But here's what's going to happen next. She's going to report you to the gym staff. And you are going to find your membership stripped from you and revoked. And as much as the manosphere talks about false accusations that women give to, level on men at gyms while filming their TikToks and trying to go viral and get attention and monetization, you, on the other hand, as a desperate simp, again, just like the HR situation in your workplace, just like every other situation that you've been in so far, this allegation is legitimate. And so now you're gonna wake up on Wednesday morning and you are going to find yourself on a formal warning or a final notice at work. You don't have a gym to go to anymore because you simped your way out of that place. And your social media profile has been blocked. And dare I say, Facebook has possibly even removed it, so you don't even have access to Facebook anymore. Because you have creeped and you have put these women in positions where they are honestly scared. And you look at the manosphere and you think, oh God, it's those false accusations. It's these women being 304s. It's these modern women. No, it's not. No, it's not. If you are a desperate, hard-chasing simp, these allegations are legitimate, every single one of them. And in the process of doing this, Simpadamus is sitting here at a distance, watching you ruin your life on the desperate pursuit of a relationship. Simpadamus wants you to stop, and wants you to stop right now. I want you to look at the man in the mirror, a la Michael Jackson. And Simpadamus is challenging you right now. You need to change, and you need to change now. We do need to end the Simpademic. Because simps and desperate men are making this situation all the more worse. You've been fed by the manosphere, and you believe that women are to blame for everything. And in your simping world, unfortunately, what's going to happen in fairly short order if you don't change is you're going to eventually find yourself hating women. And Simpadamus is here to tell you that when that day comes along, the only person to blame for your situation is yourself. So anyway, Simpademic is going to be sitting out here watching you for the next few days. And he's going to be picking out the spots where you just need to back off. Stop being desperate. Desperation is not sexy. Desperation is weak. It is... Simpademic has said this a few times already in the last 3 days. If you don't respect yourself, nobody else is going to respect you. Very simple statement, but quite the truism. So anyway, Simpademic is here within the Simpademic. Couldn't find that crystal ball for this series at Target today. But hey, you know, whatever works. So anyhow, this is then the Simpademic. Be back at you tomorrow night. Hopefully it won't be as rainy as it is here. But anyhow, you folks, enjoy your night. Get a good night's sleep. Peace out, homies.